peace and happiness. Some of the most important assets that many people don't have is peace and happiness. If we ask how many of us really have peace, how many of us are very happy, how many of us are stress free, right? Yeah, it's difficult, right? Yeah, so once in a while everyone will have this, one way or the other. You get these things. So when you really have stress, when you really have troublesome situations, how do you cope up with that? When you are peaceful, when you are healthy, when you are strong, it's okay. You are very good, right? When the real thing, the real test is there, when you are encountered with difficult situations, some kind of a verbal argument with somebody, right? How do you really shatter that beautiful piece into pieces? Piece into pieces. So how do we really preserve that peace every time, no matter how difficult it is? So mindfulness meditation will help us. Will help us. And while doing meditation, we have discussed this thing before also. We open our eyes, we see the world. We see the whole world around us, but ourselves. We don't see ourselves. To see ourselves, we have to go in front of the mirror, right? So when we close our eyes, we don't see the world around us, but ourselves. We see ourselves. We look into ourselves. We try to figure out what's going on. And then we see, like scanning, for example, we see something is wrong, the physical body. And when we go into other meditation levels, we also see what's going on in our mind. Right? Pabhasara midam bhikkave chittam tancha kopana agantukehi upakhilesehi upakkiritam. Buddha said, this mind is very pure. But those elements, the external elements, when they come into us and settle in ourselves, it becomes so impure and dusty and, so it becomes corrupted. We all know that when some people without experience, they are innocent. Sometimes when they are experienced, they are more corrupted. For example, the small kids are so beautiful, so innocent, so good, right? But the same kid, when he or she grows up, how he or she becomes so bad. What is the problem? We don't really focus, we don't really realize what's going on within us. Right? It's not only the physical body that grows up, it's also inside the spiritual, the internal world also is changing. It undertakes a lot of changes. It undergoes a lot of transformation. We have to find it. We have to be alert if something bad is happening to you. If you are aware, then you can really control it. Once you are angry, you keep it in your mind and it becomes a poison tree. Like last time I said, I was angry with my friend. I told my rat did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not, my rat did grow. So William Blake has written a poem called Poison Tree. So it becomes a poison. When with friends, sometimes when you are angry you talk, right? So that the anger somehow is over. Sometimes with foe you don't. You keep it. You don't reveal it. It grows and on. And then it becomes a poison tree. can be very deadly. We have to think, hey, we all die, and what is the use of fighting, and what is the use of having enemies? Because enemies can be very dangerous, right? You can easily be enemy to anyone, but it is difficult to maintain, to be a friend to everyone. So try that, and it will be so nice, right? If you have a lot of friends, imagine how beautiful the life is. If you have one enemy, the whole thing is messed up. So make sure you don't have any more enemies. And how do you cope up with enemies? We think we have an enemy. A lot of people think that way. The enemy is there, but you think it is in your mind that you think he or she is an enemy. Yes, if you have a problem, maybe later on you can discuss, I have a problem. I need to talk to you. Maybe if you talk to that person, when you are really angry, it's better not to argue, right?
Yeah.
Because once you get into arguments, there can be very bad things happening. Maybe a very small issue. Okay, let's say for example, you ask, please close the door. He doesn't close the door, so you get angry. That very small incident can be good enough to shatter the marriage. You keep on talking and taking all the past experiences, and you have always been like this, and so you can really mess the whole life with one single mistake. Yes, when you are angry, if you can quiet that time for a while at least. It is said the first 90 seconds. 90 seconds if you can keep quiet, you can save your life and the other's life. Right? In most of those dangerous things can happen within the 90 seconds. Mm-hmm. That's why people count, people take deep breath, people do this walking, drink some water, right? Cool water, and very slowly, try not to involve in, especially when you say something out of anger, out of control, you really don't know what you say. Once you say something, the other person can be so hurt that it is like shooting, and he or she will never be able to forget it. The minute you start opening up, that person will become so happy, and he himself is stressed up sometimes because they cannot face each other, meet each other, a lot of problems. So, yeah, through a mediator depends on. Yeah, through a mediator depends on. If you can do it yourself, no matter how dangerous that guy is, no matter how difficult the situation is, you go yourself first and try. It can be way better, mostly. And let's say that person is very difficult to cope up. He doesn't listen to you at all, So how do you manage? That person doesn't listen to you. He is not in a mood to, be flexible. He is all the time revenging you, angry with you. So how do we manage?
Take him aside.
Yes?
You got to take him aside
Mm-hmm.
and say that I'd like to talk. I'll talk to you. And I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something very important. Please don't get him aside and talk to him very calmly. And that does a lot, because I know with little kids also, when they're very mischievous, you take them aside and calm them down and talk to them.
Yeah. Kids, they are so adamant. The ego level is so high.
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Mm-hmm. And how about you suffering?
He shouldn't suffer.
Yeah, that is the thing. So even if he is living alone, it's fine. Right? Living alone is fine. But the most important thing is you should not suffer. If you do not suffer, then it's no problem at all. That is the difficult thing. That is the difficult thing, right? Because the minute you see him, you get upset. You think of him, somebody tells some good thing about him, you feel upset. So how do we really do that? No, this metta, I want to tell you that yes, maybe sometime you see, you don't talk, so it doesn't help. Sometime, hello, good morning, that's it. That's it. Maybe it's to start with. Very difficult. Saying something like that. Good morning, every time say good morning. Yeah, not many. Yeah, hi or something. And that guy start thinking, And then metta meditation can make wonders. You radiate your metta to that person, particular focus attention on that person. May he be well and happy and healthy. Tell that and try. That person unconsciously can change. His thoughts can be changed. We can really do that. The power of metta. Whenever you see that person, you think, may he be well and happy and healthy. You are no more jealous. Try to be that way. That is the challenge. That is the challenge. So these things can really make us very happy. Yeah, maybe that time you just avoid the very dangerous situation. But later on you have to come back. When both people are calmed down, you have to come back. Take a deep breath, drink tea or something. Maybe after 1 or 2 days also it's fine. You have to discuss face to face. It may take a while. Sometime at the beginning it will be little more aggressive, but it's okay. Keep going for a while and then discuss, and then things will be alright. So we have to really open up and discuss later, not that very moment. I think that helps a lot. So you make it a habit with your children, with your family, with anyone else in the office also. If we have that kind of a situation, we have to be very careful. If you do meditation, you should be able to cope up with any situation. We have to be creative sometimes. Even meditating is creative, right? While taking shower also you can meditate, right? While driving you can meditate. You focus. Don't think of anything else. It can happen, right? So walking, cooking, many things. Like sometimes people keep the gas open and things can be disastrous. So attention, focus, meditation, always very helpful, right? Sometimes we are very selfish. We think that we don't have time. It is not like that. When we are in trouble, we need others' help, right? We need others' help. And remember, if you help people, somehow or the other, when you need help will come in so many different ways. And you will be protected from great dangers in so many ways than one. So please be generous, be helpful whenever there is an opportunity. In Devadutta Sutta, Buddha said, those sick people, those children and those elderly people, they are like angels. They are like angels. Why? When you see a kid who cannot walk himself, who cannot do anything by himself, and so you have to think, oh, he is an angel because he cannot do anything and he cannot control anything. So the life is suffering. We also will have a situation like that. So this is a reminder, a warning. When you see an elderly person You have to think, I will also be like that. Young person seeing an elderly person, a senior citizen, you have to think, he or she is an angel. Imagine, if every one of us think of those senior citizens as angels, the society can be so beautiful, right?